Well, hello there and welcome to today's video. My name is Elise if we have not met yet. I am so glad that you're here and I am super excited to be decorating finally for the autumn season of 2025. But first, before we can decorate, we have to maybe make a little bit of an adjustment here. In this clip you can see I've got this black china hutch here. It is multi-purpose for our family. I absolutely love it, but I'm going to be replacing it with one that is just a little bit bigger. It was given to me by my sister-in-law, who I don't know exactly who she got it from, but that's okay. She gave it to me already primed, so I'm testing out several different paint samples. I'm thinking something a little bit moodier, darker, kind of a green. I love green. It's one of my favorite colors. There's so many different shades. And so all of these paint swatches, I've got really deep and dark like Urbane Bronze, but ultimately, I opted to go for this one called Crownsville Gray by Benjamin Moore, and I think that the end result is absolutely gorgeous. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and let's get started on this project first before we can decorate. So like I just stated, this was given to me by my sister-in-law. I believe she got it from somebody off of Facebook Marketplace, but she did not end up needing it, and so she gave it to me, which I am super excited about. I had to go through and finish touching up some of the spots that didn't get fully primed, and I also took off the little doors, and then this spot that has kind of the wine glass holders, we don't really drink anyways, and so we don't need it, and I also think it's very busy and distracting, so I ended up marking a spot, taking this jigsaw, and I believe that's what it's called, jigsaw, I don't know, I'll probably be corrected, but yeah, my husband is absolutely hilarious, don't mind him, but it was actually really hard to do this because I marked it, but because of the angle of the cut, the size of the tool, and also the kind of like overhang or design on this china hutch, it really was an awkward cut to make. So anyways, I had to go over it several times and fix several spots that did not look right, and I ended up kind of making a few little accidents, little oopsies, but all in all, I had to just touch it up with some wood filler and sand it, and I think in the end it's okay. It's not perfect, but we're rolling with it. So again, the color I used was Crownsville Gray by Benjamin Moore. I used the Advanced line, and it has kind of like a self-leveling design to it, to the paint. I don't know how exactly to describe that, but it self-levels is what I mean to say. But I did 2, if not 3 layers on all of the pieces of furniture before sealing it. I think I'm gonna opt for doing kind of all of the detail work first and kind of cutting in, so to speak, and getting in all of the nooks and crannies and crevices, and then from there it'll just be easier to kind of roll it. I got some paint on me I had to touch up the top of the base part because my husband got some product, I don't know, something on it, so I'm gonna do all the detail work first, and then from there hopefully it'll just be pretty quick. Now, my whole goal here with kind of cutting in or around this was just to make it so when I had to roll the larger portions on the inside, it would just be way easier and I wouldn't be touching the brass rail and having to go around. So I went through and of course cut everything in before rolling it, but look at how pretty this color is. Oh my goodness, it is so incredibly gorgeous. I absolutely love it. And I mean, I just went on Pinterest and found the inspiration there. Somebody did their kitchen cabinets in this color, and I was like, that is beautiful. But I have to go in with a few little finishing nails here on the back because the back panel kind of started to separate from the frame because it actually rained one day and then it was hot the next, and so it just is part of being in the elements for several days. But I went through with a little bit of this polyacrylic spray. I did not have enough, so I had to use an actual one from like a can. These are some new knobs that I picked up from Hobby Lobby for $3.99. And these are the original ones that kind of were on those little doors, so I wanted to replace them with the round design. And then these are the drawer pulls that I actually opted to keep because they fit them perfectly. Everything laid out here on my bed is stuff that I went around my house and collected that I used for spring and summer styling. As much as I love the pinks, greens, and cream colors, it's time to go. I'm ready to bring in all of the autumnal things, but can we just stop and appreciate for a second how beautiful this china hutch turned out? I love the color. I love the rub and buff that I added to the rail to give it kind of like a faux brass rail look, kind of like how Magnolia Home does, and it just fills the space and works for our family so well. It is so pretty, and I kind of left it as a bit of a catch-all, unstyled, for about a month. You know, we had a ton of stuff going on, but it is okay. I am finally ready to actually style it for the autumn season, so let's begin. This crock that I was just dusting here is one that I thrifted from Goodwill last year, and the leaf foliage that I am putting in is one that I DIY'd myself. I believe I got them last year from Michael's, and I added kind of like a bit of a chocolate wash, if you will, like watered down chocolate brown paint to them just to deepen them up a bit. I have this little jug from Magnolia that I'm putting on the top. I'm adding books. My daughter wanted to help me, so we're adding in, you know, all these adorable pumpkins that are from Hobby Lobby. The small ones are $6.99. I can't remember exactly how much the larger size was, but everything was 30 to 40% off, I believe, when I made my trip to Hobby Lobby. But I sped up this part because it just takes me so long. I have to style it, step back, see how I like it. My daughter is, of course, helping me, which I loved. It was really sweet, and I think I have instilled in my children a deep love and appreciation for fall, which, I mean, I would hope so. It's my absolute favorite season, so that is fun and exciting, and I'm glad that she gets excited to decorate with me. But these candlesticks are from Hobby Lobby also. There's like a deep dark chocolate brown color, and then this kind of rust terracotta color. The dark brown ones here, I believe, were $1.29, and the rust colored ones were $1.99. And so I'm deciding which one I want to put here in a brass candlestick on top, and I opted to go for this rust color just for a little bit of contrast and a little bit of a color. I feel like I had a lot of dark brown going on already, but I will tell you that Hobby Lobby's candles are not very good. Like, look at this. It's not even lighting or staying lit. I don't know what was going on, but these candles just do not hold a flame. And so I tried 2 different times to light them. They would not stay lit. And so I opted to just go ahead and use, first of all, better matches. These matches were not great to begin with, but I opted to use better matches, melt the bottoms of them, and stick them in anyways. They're not really going to be lit up here on the top because they're really tall, but I just was surprised. So just know that, a little bit of a forewarning there, that Hobby Lobby candles are not great at holding a flame. So I was able to get the terracotta candles to stand up straight in the brass candlesticks on the right hand side. I am simply going to add some twinkle fairy lights to this gorgeous glass pumpkin. I believe I got this last year at Target, and then I'm going to be placing it on the left hand side with Mr. Pheasant, who I played with as a child, and he is handmade, he's vintage, and it was in a pile of stuff that my grandpa was like, yeah, anybody take what you want. And so I snatched him right up. I am so happy to be able to have him here with me And I have a rechargeable touch lamp from Amazon that is just a practical item. If you don't know, we do live off-grid, and sometimes in the fall and winter when we're not making a lot of power from the sun, we can get home and not have power. So that is a practical item for us that is handy to have next to the front door. I love all of the natural elements like the pine cones and the dried baby's breath, the faux pumpkins that look super realistic. I absolutely love. You need to go to Hobby Lobby and check to see if they have any left because they are just very impressive. They look so incredibly realistic and just really complete the overall look that I was going for. I think that the addition of all of the crocks and faux florals, the dried florals, new and old, all just really flowed seamlessly together, and I'm very satisfied how I have chosen to style my china hutch for the autumn season of 2025. A few things got changed around a couple days later. The glass pumpkin is no longer there. You'll see it in an upcoming video, don't worry. I took the little fairy lights out of it and draped them kind of charismatically on the top shelf here because it just needed a little bit of a softness and a glow. But that is all I have for today's video. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing, give me a thumbs up. I will see you very soon. Until then, take care, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.